Alright, in my last video I mentioned I attended an E3 2019 Dying Light demo. I got to see about 20 minutes of gameplay, and this is the interview that took place directly after that demo. It is with Cornel Yaskura, also known as KOREK. Yes, he is the name behind the KOREK machete, and he is also the producer of Dying Light 2. I hope you enjoy. I'm here with Cornel Yaskura, producer of Dying Light 2. We're going to run through a few questions. We've just seen a gameplay demo. Many questions, but we'll try and keep it brief. First question is, so we play as Aiden Caldwell. Yep. And so in the first game, we played as Kyle Crane. And I want to talk a bit about character customization. In the first game, we could change our entire outfits. Is it kind of that same system for Dying Light 2? Is it more in-depth? Can we change specific parts of the outfit? Are you able to expand upon that?
I'd rather not say in details about the customization itself. Definitely I can say that yes, you will be able to change your outfits. And in details, I would like to keep it like quiet about the details, okay? So let's leave it for later, and right now we can focus on Aiden itself. So I can talk more about him, saying that he's like, because it's a completely different story, it's a completely different city, taking part 15 years after the original game. So Kyle Crane does not know about Aiden Caldwell and vice versa. So they don't know each other. They are completely different characters, completely different time and setting in the Dying Light world. So there's no connection between the characters from the first game and to the second one.
Okay. Oh, very interesting. No connection. So obviously, a big part of Dying Light 2 is that you can make decisions, big key decisions, like helping certain factions, advancing the world in certain ways. Do these decisions extend through to the smaller parts of the world? Say you're interacting with regular NPCs, can you choose what to say to them or how to interact with them?
If of course depends on the story you are in, or a quest or a mission. But yes, you can do several choices. For instance, there are many choices, small choices during the gameplay, like emergent gameplay. So for instance, when you have an encounter with bandits, when the last bandit is gonna beg you sometimes for survival, you can like save him or kill him. It's like it can have some influences after all, because the saved guy can spread the news around, and some NPCs will correspond to that situation. And when you're gonna kill him, you can get his loot, you can get more out of the encounter, out of the fight, but without any other consequences in a narration, for instance. Yes. So yes, small choices are corresponding and to each others, and the outcome is sometimes surprising, you can say, but it will not influence the overall decisions you are making in the big quests like you've seen in the demo. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. That's exactly what I want to hear. I want to talk a bit about the grappling hook. At first, I wasn't sure if it was the grappling hook or if it was like a new rope. I know you guys were talking earlier last year about balancing it, if you do implement it right. Can you tell me a bit more just about the grapple hook, how it works? I've noticed that you can actually grab things with it this time, which is something I wanted so much in the first game. Is it unlimited usage? Does it break? Can you just tell me more details about the grappling hook?
So basically, it is one of your tools that is that you can use during the game progression. It is not given to the player at the very beginning, so you have to unlock it. You have to develop your character to be able to use the grappling hook. But once you do, you can mix it, use it with other tools as you've seen in the demo. So first using grappling hook to gain some heights, and then use paraglider just to like traverse faster through the city. And it is very useful, for instance, to combine those of two in districts that have tall buildings, tall enough to gain the height. Yeah. So getting back to the grappling hook, yes, of course, you can use it also in combat. So when you saw a dynamic environment like bars or something like that, you can grab it, like pull it onto, like I don't know, like make it fall down on the enemies, correspond with the different dynamic environment elements. So you can, I don't know, open some locations somehow, and they were not able. You were not able to do that before without using a grappling hook. So yes, because we are listening to the community, and there were voices about extending the grappling hook possibilities, what to add, what new ideas players has after the first game, and we really listened to that, and this is the answer we want to give to the players.
And I love that answer. You mentioned progressing the character to unlock the grappling hook. Does that mean we're going to see the return of skill trees? Because that's something I liked from the first game, and I liked the way that you leveled up those skills was by using them. By attacking, you gained your power. By using parkour, you gained your agility. Is it a similar system in Dying Light 2?
Yes, it's basically the same. So we have agility and power. You can say skill or levels, they are separate, so you basically gain the experience points by doing things that correspond to that tree. But also, as I said, you also develop the character as a whole. So gaining tools, like for example UV flashlight or a grappling hook, it is something that you, it is like your character in general. So it's like the third dimension to your progression in Dying Light 2.
Right. That's a very cool answer. Okay. The new parkour system. There are a lot of different moves. You could piece them together to use, say, wall running. I'm so excited that horizontal wall running is in the game. You could go from wall to wall. Piecing those moves together, it seems like it's a bit more complex than just holding one button to traverse, which I personally like. Can you tell us a bit more about, do you have to unlock some of those parkour skills, and then how do you actually combo them together?
So it's you have to unlock them. Yeah, that's for so. At the very beginning, you are a parkourer, but you are not that skilled. Yeah, so when players will start with the game, they will have to learn a lot about the skills and how to mix them together, how to use the controls in the game. And it was basically the same in Dying Light 1. But then in the sequel, we are introducing double the parkour moves. So it's more complex right now. So it's more up to the players' skills, like manual skills, how to combine them, how to get maximum of the traversal fluency during the running through the city. So what you've seen, Igor is one of the best players of Dying Light 2 right now. So he was doing perfect, and you can combine wall run with wall run. You can combine paraglider with other stuff. You can use zombies as a traverse options too. There's a lot of things dynamic around you in the environment. So some dynamic objects, rotating objects, moving objects. So you can do everything using those because you can basically parkour everywhere. That's the goal. The same was in Dying Light 1. So when you saw a roof of the building, there's must be a way up there.
Okay. Fantastic. I'll have two more quick questions for you, and then I'll let you go. The weapons look fantastic, really homemade, really represents this modern dark age, as you say. That leads me to wonder, what's the crafting system going to be like? Is it going to be different from the first game? Can you expand upon the crafting system?
I don't want to talk much about that, but basically I can assure that it's going to be extended. As each mechanic we took from the first game, all the pillars from parkour, combat, and day and night system. We added the choices and consequences on top of that, but also those small gameplay mechanics. As I said, grappling took before, and right now the crafting and the looting, the whole looting system which is connected directly to the crafting mechanic, and those are extended too. But let's keep it for later, okay?
Yeah, no, that sounds good to me. Final question. One thing I love to do in video games is play in a stealthy way, if that's an option. And there was a little bit of that in Dying Light 1, but just a little bit. And it looks like there's going to be more of an option for stealth routes in Dying Light 2. Is that correct?
Is it right? Yes, you're correct. Because We shifted a bit the combat to the human side right now, because you have more options, more humans in the city, and there are really sometimes there are bad that are like aggressive against you. So you have to you have to spend more time fighting humans than it was in the first game. So there's going to be more options of stealth here because it more corresponds to the human style of fighting. When you do it with zombies, is one bad decision and you're already chased. So so it's going to be exactly the same here. With humans, you have more possibilities. You have some, as you see, the bases, some bandit camps, some other locations when you can play with stealth until you make noise or you make bad decision, and then the alarm went off, and you have to fight the rest enemies that are in the camp or in the area.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw some cool little moves like choking a guy out, being very stealthy. I like that. No, thank you very much. Oh, release date. No, I'm kidding. Thank you so much
Thank you.
for answering
Thank you
these
very much.
questions. Thank you so much for the demos.